Live from 10th Avenue in New York City, it's The 10 Show with Max Montgomery. And now, here's your host, Max Montgomery.
Woo! Yeah! Come on, let me hear an audience. So, hey! And? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The 10 Show, the show where we celebrate the number 10. The number 10. That's my favorite number. I love 10. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea what we have planned for you today. It's a big show. It's bigger than a rhinoceros with an allergic reaction. It's awesome. Put your hands together for Boffo and the 10 Show Band. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Boffo and the 10 Show Band. Wow, I tell you, today's 10 Show is going to be an absolute joy. Boffo, can you believe we're already almost to the end of the 10 for Life series?
That's just hard to believe, Max. That's nuttier than squirrel gravy.
It sure is. I mean, it seems just like yesterday that we started memorizing these 10 scriptures for 10 for Life. It's not over yet. We've still got a little bit more to go.
You better believe it. We got more to go.
We sure do. But right now, it's time for today's Top 10 list. Today's top 10 category is the top 10 worst baby names.
Oh, hey, is my name on there? I always thought that Boffo was a really weird name for a baby.
No, Boffo, your name's not on here. But there are a lot of crazy names on here, so let's get right to it. The top 10 worst baby names. Number 10, Hubert. Number 9, Cornwallis. Number 8, Superfly. Number 7, Pinkerton. Number 6, Nerf. Number 5, Cha-Cha. Number 4, Hound Dog. Number 3, Elvis. Number 2, Spot. And the number 1 worst baby name, Fatty Magoo. And that was our top 10 list, everybody. Wow, who would ever name their baby Fatty Magoo? That's some strange stuff. But I tell you what, we've got a great show planned for you. I can't wait to get into it. But right now, I want you to check out a commercial break from one of our sponsors.
The following film is rated C for cuddly. Kittens in Space! Part 2! You asked for it, you got it! From the makers of Kangaroo Cowboys, Alligator Astronauts, Dolphin Detectives, and Kittens in Space brings you the second chapter in the cutest, fuzziest, most epic adventure series known to man! 2 times the action! 2 times the romance! 2 times the drama! 2 times the string! Kittens in Space! Part 2! The best movie ever made! Go see it now! I know I am! See ya! Meow.
Well, welcome back to the 10 Show. Listen, it's time to welcome our special guest. Now, our special guest today, it was very hard to get him on the show because he is a busy, busy man. As a matter of fact, he's a multi-billionaire and he owns tons of companies. He's a business tycoon. You might have heard of him. His name, Ronald Chump.
You gotta be kidding! That project means everything to us! Don't you realize that? Oh, you're fired! Oh, sorry about that.
No problem. Welcome to the show, Ronald.
Glad to be here, but can we jump right to the questions? I don't have a lot of time. I have a board meeting to discuss my billion-dollar merger with that internet company, Flugel.
Well, I brought you to the show today to discuss a big problem.
You got a problem? Well, you've come to the right guy. I have tons of money and I can buy anybody out of any problem.
Well, no, actually, I'm not the one with the problem. You are.
Ha! I beg your pardon.
Well, I'm talking about the problem of how important your business and your money is to you.
Well, of course it's important to me. I've worked my whole life to get all the best things in the world. I have billions of dollars, a huge mansion on both coasts, 2 yachts, 6 dogs, and 14 cats.
That's a lot of cats.
Well, it keeps the mice out of the mansions. Anyway, I've worked hard to get where I am. I have fame, fortune, power. Did you know that I have more than 56,000 people working for Chump Enterprises? That's an awful lot of power.
I see. Well, all that's real nice and all, but you do realize that that's not the most important thing in life, right? I mean, after all, you do have a relationship with Jesus Christ, don't you?
Of course. I go to church. God is very important to me.
More important than money and possessions?
Whoa, let's not get carried away now. I said he was important. Isn't that enough?
Actually, no. Ronald, I think you need to learn our scripture for today in 10 for life.
Well, what scripture is that?
Well, it's Matthew 6:33. It says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well."
Wait. Seek what first?
Seek the kingdom of God first. Not money, not possessions, not the things of this world. Put God first. You see, if we seek after the things of God first, then he'll take care of the rest. But if we seek other things first, well, then we're just going to be empty, lonely, sad, and disappointed.
Well, I'm a little worried. I never thought about it that way. I haven't put God first in my life. I've been so focused on my businesses and my money that I've lost sight of what's most important.
You're exactly right. If you'll put God first,
then he will take care of the rest.
Bingo! And that brings us to today's big idea. Today's big idea says, put God first and he'll take care of the rest. So every time today that you hear this sound,
Hey, what's the big idea?
stand up on your feet and say, put God first and he'll take care of the rest.
And that's today's big idea.
It sure is. Well, I want to thank you for being with us today, Ronald.
Thanks for having me. I'll tell you what, I got to go now.
Oh, that's right. You said you had a meeting that you had to go to.
Actually, no. I just canceled it on my BlackBerry. Instead, I'm going to go pray and read my Bible. I know what's supposed to come first in my life.
Awesome. Well, kids, that's all the time we have for the 10 Show this week. On behalf of Mr. Chump, Boffo, and the whole crew here at the 10 Show, I want to thank you for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time on the 10 Show. So long, everybody. Ha-ha!
Good morning, and welcome to this edition of Discovery GOD1 News. Today's news takes us to the king's era, who prized himself with worldly gold and treasure. King Tut, like so many of the other kings in the ancient world, collected as much gold and treasure as they could. When the king died, his people buried the treasure with him. He was thinking he could take it with him to the afterlife. But you and I know that treasure never went anywhere. His treasure stayed buried beneath the sand for thousands of years, and now all that treasure is just cataloged and displayed in museums for all the other people to enjoy. Many say that Tut was chasing after the wrong thing. But how many people of today are doing the exact same thing? Now many people are asking themselves this question: what do I treasure in life? Thank you for joining us today at Discovery GOD1 News. Please join us next week as we discover how an alligator taught himself to cook.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Monster truck rally, lots of jumbles racing to the air! Yung, yung, yung! I can't wait, it's going to be amazing!
Dr. Vaughn, what are you talking about?
I'm going to a monster truck rally Sunday morning, early.
But don't you want to come to church with me again?
I can't, it's a monster truck rally, starts at 7 a.m.
What are you talking about?
Rum, rum, smash! That is what I'm talking about!
Dr. Vaughn, I think you need to listen to today's Power Bus. Kids, today's Power Bus says, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. So you see, Dr. Vaughn, you must put God first in everything that you do.
And that is fine, I did put God first. I gave him one whole nickel, and I pocketed the rest of my time money to buy my monster truck tickets. It's going to be great!
Dr. Vaughn!
What?
I think maybe you should get the girls to help you send the Power Bus because you're not quite getting it yet. Get the girls to help you.
Girls, if you could please explain to me what he's talking about on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. Way to go, girls! I'm starting to understand the
Are you starting to figure it out? Wonderful! Let's get the boys to do it. Maybe they can help you understand some more. Girls, sit down. Boys, stand up. Here we go on the count of 3. Let's help old Dr. Vanio learn today's Power Bus. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33.
Sit down, boys. That was very good. So basically you're saying I can't go to the monster truck rally?
Well, I'm just saying you have to put God number 1 in your life, in all of your life. Not just parts, but in every area. Put God number 1. Put him first.
I understand.
Alrighty, goody, yay! Boys and girls, stand up and do the Power Bus with Dr. Vaughn and I. Here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33.
Way to go, boys and girls. Have a seat, have a seat.
Yes. But until next time, kids, I'm Dr. Boing.
And I am a sad Dr. Vaningustan.
Oh, you're putting God first. Don't be
I'm
sad
just
about
kidding.
that.
Yeah, just kidding.
Okay, kids, toodles. Toodles.
Man, watching the news makes me so hungry. I think I will have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hey, I have an idea. Can you guys help? Great. My favorite part about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is the peanut butter. I love crunchy peanut butter. Ooh. All right, and you can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the jelly. Get a bunch of jelly on here and make it messy. The messier it is, the better. All right. Got to have our bread. Put that on there. Oh no. What did I do wrong here? Oh, you're right. I should have put the bread on the plate first so that it would have a foundation. You know, you can make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches lots of different ways, but you have to start with a foundation. Man, watching the news always makes me so hungry. I think I'll have myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hey, I have an idea. Could you help me make it? Great. My favorite part of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is the peanut butter. I love crunchy peanut butter, don't you? And we gotta have the jelly. The messier the better, right? All right. Now we gotta put our bread on. All right, it's time to eat my sandwich. Oh dear. What did I do wrong? Oh, you're right. I should have put the bread on the plate first rather than last. It's impossible to make a sandwich if the bread is the last thing you include, right? You can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich different ways, but you must start with a foundation, and the bread is the foundation, right? Boys and girls, it's the same way with God. Our lives are meant to have God as the most important part of our life. He is our foundation. He must be first in our lives in order for our life to be what God created us to be. Our power verse today says, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." That teaches us one very important lesson. There are two places that we can look at that are the easiest to tell us if God really is number one in our life: our time and our money. What do I mean? I'm glad you asked that question. If you really put God first in your life, then it'll show in the way you spend your time. We have lots of things in our life that take up our time. We have school and work and sports, watching movies and hanging out with our friends. These things can easily come in and take up over our time, and the next thing you know, an entire day is gone, and we've not spent any time with God. The other area in our life that's easy to test if God is really number one is our money. Life is expensive. There are lots of things we could spend our money on, but God told us to put Him first in our money. So we're supposed to tithe 10% of our money to Him. Instead, sometimes we kind of take on this attitude like, oh, well, I could buy this video game and then I'll give God whatever's left. But is that putting God first in our money? No. We must put God in first in every area of our life, in our time and our money, in everything. I know what you're thinking, but if I spend time with God first, I might run out of time to do the things that I wanted to do. Or if I gave my money to God first, I might not have the money to buy that video game I wanted. Many people think this way, but what does our power verse say today? But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all things will be given to you as well. That teaches us another important lesson. If I put God first, He will take care of the rest. Let me show you what I mean. We must put God first in every area of our life, in our time and our money. And I know what you're thinking. Some of you are probably thinking, but if I spend my time with God first, I might not have time to go to the ball game and then to the movies and then out to eat. Or if I put my money to God first, I might not be able to buy that video game that I wanted. Many people think this way, but what does our power verse say? But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you. That teaches us one more lesson. If I put God first, He will take care of the rest. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to pretend that this cup represents your life. And I have some popcorn seeds in here. And this is going to represent everything that fills up our life that tries to push God out. So, I'm going to work. Not too much. I need to watch some TV. I like The Masked Singer. I've got ball practice. Got some ball games. Need to listen to some music. Got some parties. And all kinds of other stuff. Okay, now these golf balls are going to represent things of God. So I need to pray every day. And I should probably go to church. And I need to read my Bible. God is just overflowing. So if this is the end of my day, I didn't leave time really for God, did I? No. Let's try this again. So this time we're going to put God first and see how our day turns out. Before I go to my friend's house, I'm going to pray. And before I go to that sports tournament, I need to make time to go to church. And I need to read my Bible. Okay, now we'll fill our cup up with the rest of everything else. So we can go to our sports tournament. We can have ball practice. And we can hang out with our friends. And we can go to the movies. What else were we doing? You're right. Let's add that in there. We still had all kinds of time and we put God first. Do you see? So when we put God first, He takes care of all the rest. We must seek God's face, putting Him first in our lives. Nothing can come before God.
Ah, yeah, it's me. It's Skittles in the hizzy. I'm ready to get busy wrapping it up. Let's do it. The things of this world may seem real great, but they will lead you to a terrible fate. Fame, fortune, power, and such in heaven, they won't mean that much. Gotta put God first in your life. That'll help you avoid all the pain and the strife. It's all true, you can put it to the test. Put God first, He'll take care of the rest, baby. That's right. You gotta make sure God is number one in your life. Not number two, not number three, number one. Put Him first, He'll take care of the rest. I got a rainbow of flavor, and I'm living for my Savior. Skittles out, baby, yeah.